Last time on X-Men Reign of Apocalypse. What do you mean we don't have Eclipse this time? Okay, admittedly, I normally have more stuff to show, but basically last time what happened was there was a guy, he was Sentinel, and he wasn't very happy, so we had to electrocute him vigorously, and unfortunately he didn't like that either. But it's okay, kids, because in the end, we all talked it out. Because in the end, that's all you need to solve your problems. Here, X-Men. And now the thrilling conclusion.
master of Magnet.